You know, I don't pay that much attention. I don't know.
I don't either. All right, 50 laps tonight, 12,000 to win. Ben will talk to the top three on the Big River Steel podium tonight. Who will it be? Will Ross Robinson get that elusive first Lucas Oil win? Well, Jimmy Owens got his 82nd win last night. That's second all time to the driver you just saw a while ago on the screen, Scott Bloomquist. Wow. Or Davenport. He nearly won that race if he had a caution with 2 to go. He might have had that one, but Jimmy Owens got the win.
Yeah, Davenport, he was there, man. That Dave Warren Power Sports caution flag flew. 6 career wins at East Bay Raceway Park for the Blairsville, Georgia driver.
So again, Mark Widener on the pole out of Middleburg, Florida. Jonathan Davenport alongside Tyler Erb. Derek Powell, our chief starter here tonight. Declan Carpenter, our young flagman out of Buchanan, West Virginia. Putting on another good show here tonight.
Yeah, I did get a word, by the way, from Derek that due to insurance regulations, they couldn't bring Declan up. It's variant per racetrack. I know we've seen that happen before at other racetracks. I am not even going to pretend to know the inner workings of that with each individual track. But I did talk to Derek about that earlier. He said, I would love to bring that young man up on the flag stand. He said, I'd love to bring him up there for even just hot laps. He said, unfortunately, we can't. And so that stinks. But I get it. I do get it.
You have to be 16 to race here at East Bay. I mean, I know there's some drivers that wanted to run. Carson Brown was one of those.
Yeah, Trey Mills. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, my man. What do you think here? You ready to go?
I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it, man. This is so much fun, and we are so unbelievably blessed to get to do this. Those of you watching at home, thank you. An entire outage at Flow Sports, not just Flow Racing, the entire company, every single event went down back at the headquarters in Austin, and I know that was a struggle. And believe me, there is nobody in the entire world that wanted this thing, wanted all of these events tonight to be up more than those fine folks. Glad to hear we're back up and running now. Going to work on getting the replay up for you a little bit later on this evening as they give these guys one more lap to parade around this racetrack before we turn them loose in the final Friday feature ever here at East Bay Raceway Park.
Guys, I just hate while the stream was down that everybody at home missed James streaking around the racetrack. Yeah, the world may never know that one, right, James?
He's showing off his new angry elephant tattoo in Pearson.
We have no word on the tire compounds. Again, they have the choice of the 2 or the 3 on the right rear, so we'll see how this plays out here, Ben.
Man, I could be wrong. I feel like in a 50-lapper that I feel like guys are going to mainly be on those 3s, but hey,
right.
Who knows?
That's the hardest compound to lap. All right. Well, Mark Widener, can he get it done here tonight?
He's never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series feature.
I think his best ever finish was at Golden Isles like 3 or 4 years ago. So
yeah, third. He had that, was he third in that maybe?
Yes, and he and remember Tim and Jonathan Davenport had a little dust up during that race.
Little flare up. All right, they head into the Nutrient Solutions starting zone. Mark Widener on the pole, Jonathan Davenport on the outside. This is your Dixie Chopper. Feel the thunder.
Number 1 in the books. It's Jonathan Davenport, Mark Widener, Tyler, Ross Robinson, Garrett Smith. They head down the back straightaway in 50 laps tonight. Davenport up to that top. Widener will follow him out of turn number 4, Dustin.
Mark Widener in that second spot, not letting JD get too far away here in the early stages. Just we say that. Widener hooks a rut down in turn number 2 and loses wholesale ground to the 3-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. There's a good look at the battle for 4th between Garrett Smith, Ross Robinson. Robinson a top 5 finish here last night. And there's the Thursday night winner, Jimmy Owens in the 20.
Yeah, Jimmy Owens trying to make it back-to-back. He won here last night for the first time in 11 years. They head down the back straightaway. Dalton Wilson to the 18D. We've had 16 different drivers here in the first couple of weeks of the season reach the podium. Whitener's he's never been on the podium in the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. He runs second right now with 4 in the books.
Look at Dalton Wilson trying to get a run on the outside back there. Thinks better of it. Tucks back in line behind Ross Robinson. That's good racing, 2 by 2. That is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th on your screen. Jimmy Owens, Ross Robinson, Hudson O'Neal, Dalton Wilson. Now Garrett Albertson going to join the party as well. As Davenport, you're not missing anything up front. He's got a 1.5 second lead over Whitener.
Tyler runs in third, and it's Garrett Smith, Jimmy Owens, Ross Robinson, Hudson O'Neal, Dalton Wilson. As we got a pass there, Wilson and O'Neal going back at it. Blair Nodorth 10th right now in 76.
And trouble for Mark Whitener. Your second place car turns into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. So Whitener out of the race in the number 5. That is a tough break for him. And Jonathan, and trouble, a fire inside the 10 of Garrett Smith. That is going to bring out a red flag with 7 laps scored in this one. So the red flag on the speedway as Garrett Smith with a fire. You saw it inside the number 10. Garrett Smith is climbing out of that race car. Safety officials are already over there extinguishing the fire coming out from under the hood of Garrett Smith's number 10. There he's climbed out of the race car, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good sign. Man, oh man.
He has been fast here this week. He sat on the pole both times here last night in both features, the Victory Fuel pole. But his night has come to an end with 7 laps in the books. And he was running in third place, Ben Shelton.
Yes, sir. Speaking of, with the night's coming to an end, Mark Whitener, drive shaft out of the 5 car.
Oh, man.
Talk about not catching a break last night. No bead lock on the left rear knocked him out. And tonight, drive shaft. So maybe he's getting all the bad luck out of the way before the 15,000 win finale tomorrow. Mike Marlar ducking into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. As looking for his crew right now. It is a little bit of Where's Waldo down here. There's like 4 entrances into this hot pit, and the crew's going to find Mikey before he finds them, and they're going to get a word with him. And it looks like they're going to go to work on this right rear tire, or the right front. Nope, they're going to make a shock adjustment on the right front. All 4 Hoosier tires up on Mike Marlar's 157, and a shock adjustment, and they'll get him back out onto the racetrack.
Well, he had started, 21st, and he was already up to 14th.
He was up to 14th, yeah.
He gained 7 spots in 7 laps, so...
Yeah, they're also
still not happy with that car, but...
Oh, yeah, they're going to have wholesale right-side adjustments. They go to work on the right front and the right rear of that race car, and taking a look at that, and they'll get him back out there, but adjustments on both front and back on the right side, guys.
Jeff Matthews also in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as well. See Gary Winger down there, among others, looking at the number 33, and outside of all the crews, that is just an unbelievably busy area, that Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Here
I thought it was in Florence for a moment.
Oh, my goodness.
Many people in the infield.
It's everywhere. I'm down here. I'm running my Wawa tonight, guys. It's Jeff Matthews' crew. Gary Winger is going to go to work on the race car and see if they can get him back out there. But not a big sense of urgency right now for the 33 team.
See Scott Bloomquist lurking down there just behind the 157 as well. I mean, I've got a kernel of popcorn stuck in my throat back here somewhere. You may have to carry this, James.
Remember the... post-race North-South 100 one year between Marlar and Bloomquist. Little Scott was not...
Little flare-up. Ricky Thornton Jr., the early Todd Steele Buildings hard charger, the 20RT. He started 25th. He is up to 16th. Is it Ricky Thornton Jr. doing Ricky Thornton Jr. things tonight?
Still not as good. Well, Jimmy Owens and Scott Bloomquist at Winchester, Virginia one year, Lucas Oil Race.
Oh, I
remember that. Yeah, we had a couple of
crew
chiefs at the scales, and they were pulling shirts off, and I don't know what was going on.
Oh my! Sounds like a hockey.
That wasn't Tommy Hicks.
Sounds like a hockey fight.
It was Chris Fox.
I was going to say, was it Chris Fox and Tommy Hicks?
No, it was not Tommy Hicks.
Oh, it wasn't Tommy Hicks. No,
it wasn't Danny Myers.
Wasn't Danny Myers either. I bet Danny's watching at home tonight. Or he may be. If John Clippinger is racing over at Volusia, he may be with them as well. Jeff Matthews going to pull back out on the track.
And guys, talk about a get-out-of-jail-free card. They were jacking the other side of that car up on Jeff Matthews. There was a gentleman under there working on the race car, arm under the tire, and just saw the jack slipping out. He got his arm out just in time before that jack came down. Oh, man. Be careful in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, guys.
Mm-hmm. So Marlar gives up track position and let go of the tail of the field. So one car officially, 2 cars now, with Whitener and Garrett Smith out of the race. So it'll be Davenport, Tyler Erb, Owens, Wilson, O'Neill, Robinson, Alberson, Nodorth, Clay Harris, and Dennis Erb Jr., your top 10, Dustin, at the Nutrient Ag Solutions Restart Zone. Davenport has led the first 7 laps, 43 to go on a Friday night at East Bay.
Indeed it is, and you said it, they're going to fire right there in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone. We're back underway. Davenport swings way wide. Turbo now down on the bottom. Here comes Dalton Wilson from 8th.
O'Neill got in there hot and heavy down the back straightaway, trying to go 3 wide here through the middle. Right now, Davenport still leads her, pressuring down the main straightaway. 8 in the books. Owens working the bottom. Boy, Jimmy Owens has been so good here at East Bay. It's the best he's been since the last time he won here 11 years ago.
Yeah, that was in 2013. He picked up the win here last night. Here comes Dalton Wilson. Well documented, still searching for that first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. He wheel hops a little bit down there and turns 3 and 4. That allows the Rocket One of Hudson O'Neill to go by and take the 4th spot.
Still won a little bumpy down there, but not as treacherous as last night. Down the back straightaway, here comes Garrett Alberson at 58. As we come out of turn number 4, Ricky Thornton Jr., an early contender for the Todd Steele Building Hard Charger, started 25th up to 14.
Now Ricky Thornton Jr. working his way through the field in that Anthony Burroughs wrench entry. Meanwhile, he just worked by another car because the 7 of Ross Robinson slipped up the racetrack down in turns 1 and 2. That's happening about 5 spots behind the battle you're looking at on your screen. It's the battle for position number 5 between Garrett Alberson and Dalton Wilson. Garrett Alberson started 11th. He's now inside the top 5.
Actually, Thornton now up to 9th. Ricky Thornton Jr.
Wow.
from 9th.
From 25th to 9th?
Quickly.
Holy cow, in 12 laps. Oh my.
All right, Winger working the bottom. That is the battle there for 6th, 7th, and 8th.
And Winger started 19th, James.
Yep. In 10th is Ross Robinson. Clay Harris, Blair Nodorth, Will Harrington, Boom Briggs. Logan hit. Good show for Logan, running 15th right now.
Yeah, he's currently runs in that position. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Tyler Erb's taking the lead. Where did that come from?
The Hamburglers in front.
Tyler Erb has moved the 1 car into the lead. I will be the first to admit that I completely missed it. Jonathan Davenport, I believe, may have scraped the wall. Trouble for Jensen Ford in the 15K. He's going to pull into the infield. And Tyler Erb out front, the Best Performance Motorsports #1.
Apparently, yeah, Davenport got up against the wall. Jimmy Owens right there pressing. Oh, man, that was close. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out for Will Harrington.
And he's got trouble there on the ASD Racing number 14X. So we do have a replay of the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. So we'll take a look at that here in just 1 second. As you see again, the 15K of Jensen Ford in there as well. And the crew's tending to his car. And they're looking at the ASD Motorsports 14X of Will Harrington. James, let's take a look and see what happened. You and I both just completely missed it. And right there, he just got too high, slid up into the wall over in turn number 2. We got that blind spot there that neither of us can see. And that was what happened to the 49 of Superman Jonathan Davenport.
So we're about in front.
Wow.
Hey, great job by our producer Tiffany Swisher and everybody involved, doing a great job here the last 2 weeks. All of our camera folks, everybody, and just fabulous with the Lucas Oil Series, and of course everybody here at East Bay and Golden Isles and Alltech and Bubba's. And 2 more nights, but Tyler Erb out in front.
Yeah, great job there on the replay as well.
Yep.
The same people probably complaining at home right now that that was not shown live are the same ones that want to see more of the back of the field as well, right, Ben?
All right, yeah. There was that one time. Yeah. Jensen Ford out of the party. He said, just no good. He said, no good, calling a night. We'll try it again another day. Meanwhile, Jeff Matthews is back down here. They got the car on the hook, and they've got the wheel off the right rear, fully aired up. I think they got some shock issues in that right rear. Actually, not shock issues. They're just going to work on the right rear assembly there, as they've got some issues. They looked at it last time, couldn't get it fixed in time, and they come back in, but we'll see if he can get back out there. But, guys, this racetrack is getting, as our good buddy McDowell would say, very technical. We saw Turbo almost lose it down in 1 and 2 after he got to the lead.
Well, there's the 20RT, James Ricky Thornton Jr. right now. Again, 15 laps in. He is the early contender for the Todd Steele Building's Hard Charger. He started 25th. RT is up 17 spots in 15 laps. He currently runs 8th. Wow.
Ashton Winger up 12. McCready up 10. Shepard up 8. Out of the race, only, 3 cars now. Whitener, Smith, and Ford. And Will Harrington
Will Harrington, unknown issues under the hood of the 14 cars. Knocked him out of the racer tonight. Yep. Said he's not totally sure what the issue might be.
Fair enough. Tyler, 15 laps in the books, 35 to go. Davenport, Owens, O'Neill, Alberson, Dalton Wilson, Winger, Thornton, Jr., Clay Harris, 10th. Tyler oh so strong here at East Bay.
Indeed, he is. 2 drivers there near the front of the field. 3 drivers in the top 5 that have already won this week with Tyler Jimmy Owens, and Hudson O'Neill. Jonathan Davenport looking for his first win of the week. Garrett Alberson seeking his first ever Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. We're back to Green Flag Racing. James, 15 in the books, 35 to go.
Garrett Alberson's got a good hot rod as well. Down the back straightaway, you see the medal there. Owens, O'Neill, Alberson, Dalton Wilson, Tyler and Ross Robinson off the pace. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out with a Georgetown, Delaware driver who started on the outside of row number 2, Dustin.
Ross Robinson sitting there in the cockpit. A great shot of that race car as he appears to have lost power. You see him tapping the roof. That's usually a sign that Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials have asked if the driver is okay or if he needed a push. And, we see a four-wheeler coming up behind him, so he will get pushed into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Man, tough break. He had a top 5 run last night in that Ken Adams Dutch Star Motorsports number 7. And Amanda Robinson, who ran the first 3 races here, had a couple pretty solid outings as well. She and Rick Eckert will see if they can get the 7 car of Ross Robinson back out on the racetrack. We did get a lap in there, guys. 16 now in the books. Ben?
Yeah, he's definitely lost power on that 7 car. They're going to go and take a look at it. And again, I know it's been a little bit up and down here, but there's been more ups than he's ever had at Speed Weeks. And I think it's kind of what we've seen out of Garrett Alberson. I think that Ross Robinson, these guys prepare for their 3rd year on tour. I think you're going to see drastic improvement out of both of them.
Looking at the rear end of the car, we'll see now they come to the front. So 16 laps scored. It's Tyler Jonathan Davenport, Hudson O'Neill, Jimmy Owens, Dalton Wilson, your top 5. Then Garrett Alberson, Ashton Winger, Ricky Thornton Jr., Dennis Jr., Blair Nodorf, right now in 10th. Clay Harris. How about Boom Briggs? Give him a shout out up to 12th.
Yeah, good for
in
Boom.
The 99B.
Absolutely, good for Boom. He started 17th. He's pretty, like we talked about it earlier. He's had a pretty decent little Speed Weeks down here. That flat tire last night that. What do you do? That tire just exploded. You had to throw the Dave Warren Power Sports caution. It just it stunk, but man, it just happens. But Booms looks solid down here so far. Of course, 2-time ULMS Series champion, Trevor Zuver promoted series here in 2024. Spencer Hughes behind him. Good to see, by the way, Spencer Hughes behind him. That team having a good run. Ben talked about that last night. He hooked up with them at the very, very end of 2023. I know that that team, they have aspirations of likely chasing the Hunt the Front series here in 2024, and very candidly, Speed Weeks, maybe it's just not gone as well as they would like it to have gone thus far. He's turning in a good run right now, currently running in that Dethridge Opticians lucky 13th position.
All right, still 9 shy of the halfway mark. Again, right now the Todd Steele Buildings Hard Charger. As we go back to this lap 17, positions up is Thornton. 13 is Brandon Shepard up 13 spots. Shepard now to 15th from 28th. Winger up 12. McCready up 12 as well. So driveline failure apparently on the 7.
Yeah, you see Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials at Dale Robinson out there checking the racetrack to make sure there is not a part of a drive shaft or driveline components out there on the speedway, and more specifically right up there in the racing groove, before we send these drivers back to Green Flag Racing. $16 laps now in the books, guys. We have got 34 laps to go in tonight's main event. Come right back here tomorrow. Dirt Draft Hot Laps at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We will go live on MAV TV on Flow Racing at approximately 5:45 p.m. Tyler Jonathan Davenport, Hudson O'Neill. O'Neill up from 9th. That's your top 3. And Jimmy Owens sitting in 4th. Dalton Wilson from 8th up to 5th. Garrett Alberson 6th. Ashton Winger again He has come from 19th to 7th. Ricky Thornton Jr. from 25th to 8th. Dennis Erb Jr. from 16th to 9th. And Blair Nodorf rounds out the top 10. As the field is lined up in the Delaware double file restart, James, the Dave Warren Power Sports caution light to be turned off. Green flag going to wave next time around.
In the second night, they can throw out their worst finish so far this year in points opportunity events. Tyler, right now 12th in the points, can throw out one of those poor finishes. He leads 9 shy of the halfway mark here at East Bay at the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone.
Hudson O'Neill with a good restart on the inside of the racetrack. Davenport trying to get the momentum build up on the high side of the speedway. There's Davenport in the 49, Hudson O'Neill in the 1s. The field fans out down the back straightaway. Coming around to complete lap number 17. Here comes Big Perm Dalton Wilson on the inside, James.
Yeah, they tried to make it 3 wide there briefly. Here comes Dalton on the bottom. Wilson out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as we work lap 18. Here comes Thornton right now. Owens is 4th. Wilson, Alberson, Winger, Erb, Thornton, Clay Harris, your top 10, Dustin.
There is a 0% chance that I don't mess up Garrett Alberson, Dennis Erb Jr. in the 20 RT. They are all 3 very, very similarly wrapped out there on the racetrack, and they're all running within about 3 spots of each other as well. Tyler Erb out front by about 1 full second over this battle on your screen. That's Jonathan Davenport in second in the 49, Jimmy Owens in the 20, and of course the Rocket 1 of Hudson O'Neill. Hudson O'Neill trying to peek a nose to the inside of Jimmy Owens, take that spot away. Dalton Wilson continues to beat the bottom of the racetrack. Looking for some more real estate in that James Ratliff Racing 18D.
Now, the heat races were not all that, were kind of uneventful, but I tell you what, they're 3 wide right now, Alberson, Wilson, and Winger. But this feature has been pretty good. They've 3 multiple groups here, Dustin, as we work lap 21 for Tyler Erb.
And Tyler Erb, James, I've just noticed here the last couple laps, he's not really pulling away from Jonathan Davenport. Davenport's not exactly closing back in on him as well. As we look back here on the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, you're going to see Davenport there flash into your screen. That gap, they're turning nearly identical lap times right now. That gap has been steady. Look at that 3 wide racing. That's been steady about 8/10, 9/10 of a second here for the last 6 laps since we went back to green flag racing.
Ashton Winger in that 12 car, trying to work his way up through there. He started inside of row 10 and 19th, and right now he's up to 4th.
And he slips up the racetrack there, allows Garrett Alberson to sneak by. So move Garrett Alberson to position number 4. There's the gap between Tyler Erb and Jonathan Davenport. It was 1 full second last time. JD running a slightly different line. Cuts a couple tenths off of it. It was 7/10 of a second. Coming around this time, James, halfway home. They'll get the cross flags. 25 down, 25 to go.
Tyler Erb still showing the way in the best performance, number 1. Took the lead on about lap 12 from Davenport when Davenport got in the wall in turn number 2 at 7/10 of a second, as you said, down the back straightaway. O'Neill, Alberson, Winger, your top 5.
They are, I'm going to say maybe 6 or 7 laps away from closing in on the back of the field as Winger and Alberson continue to go at it there, and Hudson O'Neill as well. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. About 5 or 6 laps away from closing in on the back of the field are your race leaders. So Tyler Erb's got breathing room here for a few laps, but I tell you what, man, when he gets to the back of the field, that is going to be tough for these leaders, because this lap traffic's going to be running 2 and 3 wide if they keep at it here the way they're going for these next few laps.
So we've got Ricky Thornton Jr. and Brandon Shepard both at 18 spots here in this main event as we're 3 laps past the halfway mark. There you see the battle there between Davenport. Here comes Davenport. It was 4/10 of a second last time for the lead into turn 3, Dustin.
Davenport will throw a slider on Tyler Erb. No, he won't. Tyler Erb sends it in turns 3 and 4. He makes contact with the 49. It may open up the door for Hudson O'Neill. It does. They're 3 wide for the lead.
Oh, baby, down the back straightaway. O'Neill will get around Erb. So looks like lap 29, Davenport and Ashton Winger. Where did he come from? Throws it in there.
Winger
on the bottom.
Winger from 19th. James Turbo he's got trouble. You saw smoke there out from underneath the right front of the Best Performance Motorsports number 1. He's got an issue. He's off the pace on the inside of the back straightaway. His night is done. We stay green flag racing. A tough break for Tyler Erb. The timing and scoring has frozen up on my race pass, which is what we all connect to. 19 laps to go. We do know that much in this one. And out front, Superman Jonathan Davenport trying to pull away from Hudson O'Neal and James. They've caught the back of the field.
Off of turn 4, 17 to go, 33 in the record books here tonight. Garrett Alberson working the bottom. Into turn 1, it is still Jonathan Davenport. Down the...
Over in turn
Whoa, look
2.
out, turn 2. We got a car off the pace. Down the back straightaway now, back on it.
Yeah, Hudson O'Neal right there as well. Hudson O'Neal closing in quickly on Jonathan Davenport. Maybe this one's interesting, James. we need a PSG, brother. We need a please stay green. We're back up on the timing and scoring. 16 laps to go. Jonathan Davenport, Hudson O'Neal, and Ashton Winger from 19.
Whoa, and Ashton Winger has problems in turn 4. And he's back on the gas. Thought he might have a flat. We got him out of the lead out of turn 2.
Oh, my goodness.
There is action everywhere, Dustin Jarrett.
We need a quadruple box.
Quadruple box.
Give me all the boxes. Ricky Thornton Jr. has come from 25th up to the top 5 right now. Brandon Shepard has come from 28th up to 6th.
And it's not over yet. If he can get a caution. Davenport, 37 laps complete, 13 to go. O'Neal, Alberson is 3rd, Wilson 4th, Thornton, Shepard, Winger, Harris, Erb Jr., Jimmy Owens your top 10, Brian Shirley, and Mike Marlar have climbed to 11th and 12th.
Unbelievable. Jonathan Davenport, 7/10 of a second. The advantage last time by. That's your leader on the left side of your screen. The movers and shakers on the right side of your screen with the B5 of Brandon Shepard, the 12 of Ashton Winger, and the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. as they work around the back of the field. It's 7/10 of a second, James. The advantage for Jonathan Davenport over Hudson O'Neal. 11 laps to go.
There goes your leader into turn 1, the Lance and Darla Landers Double M Motorsports car. There's the number 1, Hudson O'Neal is 2nd. It was 8/10 of a second. Remember, if we get 10 or less laps to go, it'll be a single file restart. We're going to come off of turn 4. There's Shepard and Winger going at it. Winger got in there hot into turn 4, and I'm not sure what happened if he got hung up on the cushion, but Shepard goes around him, and Brandon Shepard
from 28th to 6th. Unbelievable. He's gained 22 spots. Ricky Thornton Jr. again from 25th to 5th. Dalton Wilson currently runs 4th. Garrett Alberson, another solid run. He is running in position number 3. And there is Alberson and Hudson O'Neal as they try to close in on Jonathan Davenport. Davenport's right there, James. This one's good. 8 laps to go.
Oh, baby, it's going to go to the end. Classic East Bay. O'Neal to the bottom. Here comes Garrett Alberson up top. Alberson a run down the back straightaway on Hudson O'Neal. The top 3 all together. They will have 7 laps to go. Man, business is picking up front off of turn 4, Dustin Jarrett.
Garrett Alberson may be trapped behind the 4G of Bob Gardner right there. He's going to have to go back to the outside of the track. Meanwhile, Hudson O'Neal peeks a nose down to the inside. Classic East Bay here on a Friday night just outside Tampa, Florida. 6 laps to go for Superman.
It was Big Perm to 4th, Thornton 5th. Into turn 1, O'Neal on the bottom. Garrett Alberson is going to try to get that run out of turn number 2. Here comes Garrett Alberson for 2nd place on Hudson O'Neal. 5 to go this time, DJ.
Alberson going to try to cross him over, but he's got the lap car of Blair Nodorf directly in front of him as well. I feel like Garrett Alberson's one of the fastest cars on the track, but his momentum keeps getting spoiled. 5 laps to go, and Dalton Wilson going to take that 3rd spot away. You can't keep up with the action here at East Bay. 7/10 of a second, the advantage for Jonathan Davenport over Hudson O'Neal as well, this time by 4 laps to go.
Oh, and it's trouble. Turn 4, Thornton had got hung up on the cushion. Here comes Winger back. They are into turn 2. Davenport still leads with 3 to go. And it's not over yet. Look at this.
No, it sure is not, as we got 3 laps to go. 3 laps remaining in this one. 3 laps to go in this one. Hudson O'Neal is right there. That's the battle for the lead. Jonathan Davenport has it. Hudson O'Neal trying to take it away. Coming around this time by James. 2 laps to go for your leader, Jonathan Davenport.
Trying to become the 7th different winner in 11 races this year in the Lucas Oil Late 100 Series. O'Neal trying to get his 4th into 3. Wilson is 3rd. Alberson, Winger, Thornton, Shepard, Harris, Owens, Dennis Erb Jr. But all eyes up front. And the Barrett's performance. 1 lap to go for the 3-time Lucas Oil champion.
Superman Jonathan Davenport trying to get his first win of the week here at East Bay Raceway Park. He's smooth off corner number 2 down the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag is in the air. Your Friday night winner at East Bay Raceway Park is going to be Superman Jonathan Davenport. Second goes to Hudson O'Neill. Third will be Dalton Wilson at the line. Garrett Alberson finishes 4th, and Ashton Winger rounds out the top 5 from 19th. Then it's Ricky Thornton Jr. from 25th to 6th. Brandon Shepard from 28th to 7th. Another solid run for Clay Harris. He comes from 13th to 8th. Jimmy Owens finishes 9th, and Dennis Erb Jr. from 16th rounds out the top 10 in another classic here at East Bay Raceway Park. James, still one bit of business left to take care of.
Go to the UNO8 scale. So the Todd Steele Building's hard charger of the race, up 21 spots. Shepard,
Unreal.
Thornton up 19 spots. Drake Troutman, good run for him, up 16 spots. Winger up 14th, and McCready up 14th as well. The Willwood Brakes, lucky number 7 is Brandon Shepard. The Death Race Opticians, lucky 13, Drake Troutman. And we'll have to check on that was something else.
Oh, man. The
race fans, if they didn't enjoy that one, look at the time. Very good.
9:43, I'll take it.
Yes, sir. If it wasn't for that 1B main, we'd have been
done at 8:43.
You've been on the drive home already.
Jonathan Davenport with the best lap of the race, James, a 14.8. Who's our best lap of the race?
The Coleman Farms.
Coleman Farms fastest lap of the race.
14.810. There was action everywhere.
I mean, you could not have enough cameras to keep up with it. Ben, was it as fun from your vantage point as it was up here?
I don't know that I've enjoyed one from the infield that much in a while because, man, it was every inch of the racetrack being used, and then it built up a pretty gnarly curb on both ends. How about, guys, we talked about it before the feature, 5 nights, 5 different winners. These guys are letting it all hang out. They all want to get one more chance at a Veland Winter Nationals feature win.
Yeah. And we'll have a chance for 6 for 6 tomorrow in it'll be the final Winter Nationals here at East Bay Raceway Park. Of course, we'll be back for the grand finale coming up in October as well. Again, we mentioned that earlier, those dates. Mark them on your calendar if you have not yet done so already. It'll be coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, James. And that is October 10th, 11th, and 12th. A pair of 5,000 prelims each night, Thursday and Friday. And, of course, the grand finale on Saturday, $50,000 to win, and that will be the race before the General Tire Dirt Track World Championship at Eldora Speedway.
How are we going to give the Slicker Graphics Slick Smooth the race? There's like a bunch of people that
Michael
could be looking for this.
Lefevre's from Slicker Graphics is here. We might hand about 20 of them out.
But hard luck has to be Tyler running right there, and with the DNF finishes 24th.
Yeah. He was up there leading, and if you had to give a second hard luck of the race award, your pole sitter Mark Whitener, who pulled off while running second early in the going as well.
I'm not sure if it was contact or if just something broke. Something went awry on that left rear of Tyler Erb's race car, and it just started shaking violently as he came down the straightaways. He tried to ride it for a lap, and it knocked him out, but, man, he had a race car. Meanwhile, it's official. He's cleared the UNOH scales. Your winner here tonight, Jonathan Davenport. He will make his way into Lucas Oil Victory Lane tonight. The Veland Winter Nationals presented by Lucas Oil. As we'll talk to your top 3 on the Big River Steel podium. We're going to do it all again tomorrow. But tonight, Jonathan Davenport gets his 8th career win in the Veland Winter Nationals. And this will be his 74th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win as he makes his way around. He's been on the Big River Steel podium the past few nights. Tonight, he left no doubt, led early, lost the lead, battled back, and overcame lap traffic and some hard chargers to take it down here to Victory Lane as he comes around. And the Lance and Darla Landers Nutrient Ag Solutions Longhorn race car as he will pull down here. $12,000 richer here tonight is the driver out of Blairsville, Georgia. And he said he's had a fast race car, just looking for just a little something extra. I think he found it tonight, guys, and he had a good starting spot, but again, had to work for it. Another race here at East Bay with multiple leaders, lead changes, and all kinds of excitement As we wait on him to climb out of the race car, the Corey Fosvet crew chief to entry. Steve Arpin down here from Longhorn Chassis congratulating him as he gets set to climb out of the car, picking up his first win of the year overall. And again, his 74th career Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. Not quite sure yet if he's going to be on tour full-time this year. This has got to increase the encouragement for him to do that and go after a 4th title as he gets set to climb out of car number 49 after picking up $12,000 here tonight at East Bay Raceway Park in the 48th and final Veland Winter Nationals. Race fans, let him hear it. Superman Jonathan Davenport. Confetti flies. He's got the steering wheel in hand. Signature celebration. His salute to you, the race fans here at East Bay. And he'll let the old steering wheel fall for the first time on the roof in 2024 as he comes around. JD, that's the first time you've punished the steering wheel this year, and I know you hope that's going to be about 20. Man, you have been on this Big River Steel podium, it feels like every night pretty much this week. Tonight, though, how did you get to the top of it?
Luck, I guess. Just a great car all my guys give me. For sure, I thought I'd give it away there when I messed up in 1 and 2, but we made one little shock adjustment there right before the feature that made this thing a bear to handle. But we know not to do that anymore. But anyway, man, I'm out of breath. I'm going to have to quit eating cheeseburgers and start running or something.
Now, wait a minute. Is this bear right here the one you were having to handle? There's actually a bear on the front straightaway. Now, man, I tell you what, though. You lost the lead for a minute there. Did you go, man, here we go, another night?
Yeah, probably for a little bit. But I just kept trying to be patient and stay in his tire tracks and just know that I was probably running a little lighter on the throttle than he was, just trying to save my tires. And when I got back to him, I thought I had a good run, and then at the last second, I kind of slowed up. I don't know if he went over the cushion right there or not, because I figured he would come right back by me. I tried to give him enough room on the outside there, but we rubbed a little bit. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I thought I'd give that one away and got back to it. And then, man, this place is so tricky. Like, it's the black is so black, and then, like, there's a lot of grip in the brown, but if you get too far in the brown, like, it's slimy. I kept getting too high down there, and I would wheel spin too much, and then I would try to move down where there was more grip, and then I'd push the right front. So pretty tricky for such a wild racetrack. But anyway, just thanks to everybody coming out tonight for sure. Got to thank Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Dynagrow, Longhorn, Steve, everybody back at Longhorn Chassis Shop. Appreciate everything they do for us. Bill Stein. I got to give a shout out to a guy that's lost his life today. He's been painting my helmets for over 15 years. Ryan Young, just thoughts and prayers to his family. They buried my grandpa today. I missed his funeral, but you know, I know he was riding with me. He knows what this racing deal is all about, and if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be racing anyway. But you know, just racing with a heavy heart for sure. But I know he was riding with me.
Race fans, how about it for Superman Jonathan Davenport, your winner tonight on top of the Big River Steel podium, coming home in position number 2. Hudson O'Neill. Oh, there he is, hiding back here. Huddy, man, you closed in late. Lap traffic was hairy. Did you think you had anything for the 49 car?
I don't know. I touched every inch of this racetrack trying to. I thought it was a great race. You know, we raced all over it. The lap traffic started to keep pace there a little bit at the end, and I thought maybe I had some hope trying that bottom, and just by the end of it, we had our right rear so hot from running around that top that it was hard to move around and get off of the cushion. But, man, what a racetrack East Bay gave us tonight. Hopefully we can put on a great show like that tomorrow for all you fans, and congrats to Jonathan. It was a great race, man. It's awesome to race with people that you know, will race you back clean, and it put on a hell of a show for all of you guys. And appreciate all my guys, Mark, Danny, Joel, Austin, my girlfriend Tessa. Got a lot of family here, my dad, my mom. My girlfriend's parents are here with us as well, and a lot of supporters of mine. And it's just been it's been a really great week to close out East Bay, and really looking forward to tomorrow.
JD's huffing and puffing a little bit. You're catching your breath. How demanding was this racetrack tonight?
It was demanding. That top just had like a kind of a washboard effect to it, and it just rattled you to death. And you had to hold on to the steering wheel pretty tight, and forearms get to pumping whenever that happens. And I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, that forearm pump might get to Jonathan, make one mistake for me, but he never did. That's why he's so great. But Thanks to everybody on that race car, Valvoline, Soybert Calf Ranches, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Wheeler Metals, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Ace Metalworks, Gunner's Honey, Rocket Chassis, everybody back at the shop, Steve Baker, Rocket Pre-Owned, Snowco Race Fuel, Styles Marine, Performance Grading, Andy Durham Race Engines, everybody that's a part of this, man. It takes every one of us, and Fox and everybody involved. We'll see if we can't finish one more spot forward tomorrow.
Race fans, how about it? Second on the Big River Steel podium, Hudson O'Neill. As we'll head down to our third place finisher, he started back in 8th. He's back on the Big River Steel podium. The driver of car number 18D, Dalton Wilson. Dalton, you were digging late there, man. One more caution, or do you think it pretty much played out for the car you had?
No, I mean, we didn't want to see a caution for sure, maybe 10 more laps, but we'll get that tomorrow. Like I said, thanks to my guys, thanks to my awesome car owners. We had a really good car tonight, and we kind of went forward and fell back, and then we were just able to charge there at the end and got moving around. And like I said, once we got to move around the racetrack a little bit, I had a really good car. So, hats off to JD. Congrats on the win. Like I said, thanks to all my guys, thanks to all my sponsors, ICS. MGL, Grant Lee's here still with us. New Point Lighting Design, Wayne's down here hanging out with us. It's awesome to have him. Just everybody behind this deal, JR Truck and Super Trucker, JR Motor Sales, Dotto Outlet, VP, B&L Construction. Daniel's down here hanging out with us too. So, it's really cool. My mom's here, my brother, just, everybody down here, just thanks to everybody behind this deal. And, Bo Miller, ICS, with this motor's really good. James not here tonight, but still a good show, good night for us.
This is a tough field. This is, some would argue, a World 100 caliber field every night. You're lurking on this Big River Steel podium. Is it really starting to kick in that, hey, man, this team has got every single thing we need?
Yeah, I mean, we do. We have, like I said, we have great people behind us that, that believe in us and give us everything we do need to compete each and every night. And, we had an off night last night, but to come back tonight and, points tonight and run up front, we're definitely happy with it. And, like I said, my guys are working hard. Divine had to go home today, thanks to him too. Nick, Ethan, Hunter, just everybody that works on this deal. Like I said, I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but I'm wore out right now.
He's wore out, but he's going to be third on the Big River Steel podium. How about it for Dalton Wilson, DJ James? Another burner here tonight at East Bay.
And it sure was, Ben. A great job as always. We'll take a look at your super clean race recap to see how we got to those three drivers on the Big River Steel podium here this evening. It's,
man, what a year we're going to have. We've had 7 different winners and 11 races so far this year. You saw Davenport get the lead. As you see, Garrett Smith on fire. Again, he was okay. Mark Whitener out of the race. Davenport, there you go, the misstep in turn 2, but he recovered. As Tyler led a few laps there.
Yeah, he sure did. And there's Jonathan Davenport getting Tyler back. Turbo ended up having trouble on that best performance. Motorsports number 1, a little bit of contact right there, and that also would open up the door for Hudson O'Neill, as there was Turbo out of the party in the number 1. Hud gave it all he had, James. He was able to move down to the inside of Jonathan Davenport a few times, just unable to complete the pass here this evening.
Top 16 finishers down to Boom Briggs, all with 50 laps complete. You see right there, Dalton Wilson and Garrett Albertson. You keep knocking on that door, Dustin, you're going to kick it down one night.
Absolutely. As that was a look at your super clean race recap. There's your Big River Steel podium, getting their picture taken in Veland Victory Lane. And Ben, man, oh man, it's going to be sad to see the Veland Winter Nationals go, but I cannot think of a better way to cap off the week than what we've had here so far in 2024.
Yeah, you said it all right there, DJ. It was an amazing night of racing. It was a beautiful night. The fans, though, man, it's always about the fans. And this was an energetic, massive crowd tonight, and they got their money's worth. And we thank them for coming out and allowing us all to do what we do. And, yeah, it all comes down to tomorrow. Tonight, JD gets it done. 5 different winners in 5 nights. So we go 6 for 6 for tomorrow. 15,000 on the line, 50 laps. One more, guys, one more race here at the Veland Winter Nationals at East Bay.
Yep, absolutely, Ben. Is look at that.
It's going to take a while.
Look at that parking debacle trying to get out of here.
By the way, your MD3 most laps led was Jonathan Davenport with 34. Tyler Herb did lead 16. And again, your Coleman Farms fastest lap of the race, Jonathan Davenport, 14.810. Todd Steel Building's hard charger. That was very, very impressive by Brandon Shepard, 28th to 7th there at the end of that race.
21 spots gained. Yep. James, it's a joy and a pleasure as always, my friend, as we will look forward to doing it one more time for the Winter Nationals. Yep, here tomorrow. The Aliens were back, and we'll look forward to seeing them tomorrow night. We will look forward to seeing each and every one of you back here tomorrow night as well. As Dirt Draft Hot Laps go live at 6 p.m., we will go live on MAV TV on Flow Racing at approximately 5:45 on behalf of Ben Shelton and James Essex. This is Dustin Jarrett. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to tonight's winner, Jonathan Davenport.